Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed your long holiday weekend. We definitely did. As promised, today I'm going to answer some of your questions about health and wellness. Thank you to everyone that submitted questions. There were so many good ones and it was really great to hear from all of you. So here we go. First question, this is a follow-up that comes from Judy, and this is a follow-up from our All About Vitamin D episode. And she wanted to know, what is the vitamin D level you should be aiming for in your blood work? So hopefully you all remember, because you can get vitamin D three ways: through your food, through supplementation, and then also through exposure to sunlight. The best way to actually determine someone's vitamin D status is to measure their blood level of vitamin D, or their blood level of 25-hydroxyvitamin D. And there's been a lot of discussion among the scientific community around the level of 25-hydroxyvitamin D that's associated with deficiency, that's associated with adequacy, that's associated with overall optimal health, as well as just the amount of supplemental vitamin D that's really required to achieve adequate levels. But unfortunately, there's just still no consensus among the scientific community. At the Institute of Medicine, they publish guidelines that say that people are at risk of vitamin D deficiency when their blood level is below 30 nanomoles per liter or 12 nanograms per ml, and that most people are sufficient at levels above 50 nanograms or 50 nanomoles per liter or 20 nanograms per ml. But the Endocrine Society, they published some guidelines in 2011 recommending a little bit higher levels of vitamin D for sufficiency. And they suggest to aim for a 25-hydroxyvitamin D blood level above 75 nanomoles per liter or 30 nanograms per ml in order to be sufficient. And they recommend to supplement with between 1,000 and 2,000 IUs of vitamin D per day in order to achieve this level. So our next question, a question from Diana B, and this is a follow-up from episode 7, which was about maximizing the health benefits of garlic. And she asked, is it true that the health benefits of garlic are better for raw garlic than for cooked garlic? A little bit of a quick refresher here. So whole garlic, it contains a compound called alanine, and when garlic is crushed or when it's chewed, that alanine is turned into allicin, as well as some other sulfur-containing compounds that have a number of health benefits. But when garlic, when it's cooked whole, that alanine, it can actually be destroyed. So before you cook it, make sure that you crush it or chop it up first, and then just let it sit for about 15 minutes because that triggers that reaction that boosts all those healthy sulfur-containing compounds in garlic. And finally, just try to add it during the final stages of cooking, because this can help maximize all of the health benefits of garlic. And our last question for today, this is from Diane G, and she asked, why do they say we should not have soy? And this is a follow-up from our episode about diversifying your protein with plant-based options, and that was episode 9. So soy-based foods, they're a really popular alternative to meat, but there's a lot of conflicting information going around about soy. Is it healthy? Is it dangerous? Is it okay to eat? Some consumers are actually shying away from soy because they worry about the phytoestrogens in soy, and those are the plant-based versions of estrogen that soy contain. So a couple of important things that I really want you to know. So number one, the phytoestrogens in soy, they are actually structurally different and significantly weaker than estrogen that we make in our bodies. So really important message here, eating soy-based foods, it does not raise the level of estrogen in your blood. And number two, early studies in rodents linked soy to adverse health outcomes. But it's now very well established that rodents and humans, they metabolize these phytoestrogens very differently. So the results found in rodents are not expected to occur in humans. And finally, there's just no credible research showing any correlation between soy intake and an increased risk of breast cancer. And in fact, there's been a lot of recent published studies that show that breast cancer survivors, the lowest incidence of cancer reoccurrence is in those participants who consumed the most soy foods. So a bottom line on this one, soy, it's a nutrient-dense, low-fat, cholesterol-free source of protein that can safely be consumed several times per week, even daily, and is actually likely to provide a number of health benefits, especially when it's eaten as an alternative to red and processed meats. If you're interested in learning more about the research on soy, check out our health resource sites. We have 2 bulletins on soy over there. I'm going to be doing another Q&A next month, so please continue to leave us comments below or message us on Instagram or Facebook with your questions. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you as always for tuning in today, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.